Okay, so let's say for all practical purposes we have a perfect selected image here. So I'm going to go back to my layer palette. So now at this point I could go and load this selection, Command Option 6. Now do remember that right now she is selected. Now I don't want to delete her by hitting the delete key. I want to delete the background. Basically I want to delete everything but her. Command H again hides the edges. Control H for Windows. So based on these choices, select and inverse the selection. And I can simply hit the delete key. Okay. Now again, if I have some problems up in here, I probably have to go back into quick mask mode and fix this up, etc. Maybe some areas down here, maybe some areas in here as well. Now it depends on personal preference. You want to have a feathered edge or a hard edge, etc., etc., etc. Now we can use refine edge, and we'll do that in another video series. I just wanted to take this one step at a time. Okay, so let's zoom out of here for a second. Command minus. Now she is in her own layer. Now I want to share a concept with you. Because she technically is in her own layer, I no longer officially need this channel any longer. Okay, because I don't need to take up the extra file space. We're going to leave it there for now because I'm going to post this file so you can examine it. Okay, so I technically don't need to have that channel because if I want to physically load her selection, I can simply hit Command click. Command click is going to load her selection. Now, what I probably want to pay attention to is I don't want to have this stuff down here selected. So I'm going to go to the Marquee tool and I'm going to hold down the Option key and I'm going to take this away from selection. I'm sorry, Shift key. I'm just going to have that. I'm sorry, not paying attention here. Okay, so I don't want to have this selected. So I can do that one. I can do the lasso tool and I could take this away from the selection. Or I can hold down the Shift key, add to the selection. Okay. Actually, I'm not going to bother with that right now. Just keep in mind that if something's selected, the Shift key adds to the selection, Option key takes away from the selection, and Command Option, or I'm sorry, Alt Option, Alt Shift would intersect. So to leave the selection, Alt Shift Windows, Option Shift Macintosh. Okay, so again, we can go back into quick mask mode and fix that, but we're not going to waste time with that. Okay, now here's what I'd like to do. Okay, let's say I'm not sure the direction that I want to go into this shot. Maybe I want to have her forward into the camera, which is probably going to make a lot of sense. Why? Because her arm is cut off. So as an example, if I hit Command T and I basically drag this down to here, it's going to look very strange that her arm is cut off here. Okay, now we can fix that in a different variety of different ways. We could put something on top of her arm. Maybe we could put a hat up here to cover up the mistake. So in this particular case, I'm just going to go with that Command Z. Okay, now in our next video, I'm going to show you some very powerful techniques for casting shadows with our image. Now notice that I already have shadows instead of our picture. I want to mimic that same light source and cast a shadow for her into this background over here. And we'll do that in our next video.